Does this one feel more disappointing than last season in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, big time for me. Yeah, just I thought we were in control of our own fate in this one, so that's probably the most disappointing part. And you looked for things. Have you grown and have you gotten better? And I think we did, but this was a step that I wanted us to take, and we didn't. And so that doesn't sit well with me as leader, and I'm sure it doesn't sit well with all the guys because that's what you try to do as an organization, try to keep moving forward, and I think we have. Don't take that as I don't think we've moved forward. This would have been a real good point to get going and really become the team we envisioned being. And it just sucks now knowing you got so much time in between now and next year. And but man, I hope it just drives guys like it did when this summer when we were getting ready for this season. It's a driving point for a lot of guys, myself included. I mean, I want to see us reach our potential. I've talked about that, but I want to see it now, and I want guys to realize now is the time. And you don't get very many opportunities. Finally, I feel like I've come into being the older guy. Yeah, it sucks, but you just realize how quickly the years go by, and you start looking at how many years have really made have been for naught. And man, there's an opportunity here in this room and this team to have a few years coming up here where they can be pretty special. Yeah. And we have to realize it. And it's not going to be easy. Look how hard it was in this series. And so that's going to be on us to make sure we change that.
A couple examples in the room, even this year, of just how fragile all of this is. When you got here, since you've been here, Jack Johnson and Brandon Dubinsky have been such vital parts of this team. To go through a playoffs where Jack is scratched and Dubinsky's role is greatly minimized, just how surreal, how odd was that, given their place on this team for so long?
That's hard for me. I mean, I came in and my first thing was, Jack Johnson's helped turn this thing around, and I know JJ, and it was awesome to see. And Doobie and I came in together, and we talked about turning this thing around together, and became fast friends because of it. And they're proud guys, and obviously, you're not gonna delve into too much and overthink things. A lot of things change over the course of a summer, but it's hard seeing some of the changes that have gone on here and some of the decisions, and that's business. I mean, when you're playing, you're caught up in just what you're doing to win, but as you probably sit back and reflect and think about these guys and the battles that I've gone through with them and and pushing each other to become better, it's hard when you start seeing some things like that happen, but I'm not gonna. That's not my job to worry about. As friends, I care about them, and they're great players, and I don't doubt that they're gonna continue to play and be great players for us or wherever. But it's different seeing some new faces and some guys that are relied upon a little bit differently down the stretch.
The sense of urgency here. Obviously, this has been 2 fantastic years for this organization. Even with your brother's team, it just happened.
Yeah, I just talked to him on the way in.
A lot of times, do you understand that the window, even while it's open, can close pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Get going in the right direction.
100%, and you see it. Especially this day and age, you only have so much time with a certain team, a certain makeup of a team before things get torn apart and built back up. And sometimes you're not part of it anymore. So I think we need to realize that we have an opportunity with the guys that are signed, the core group in here, the way that this team has been assembled, that with a few additions or subtractions, that we have a chance to do something special here and not just be happy with playoffs anymore. And that's where I really think we've grown. I don't think we're a team that's happy with playoffs, which is huge. I mean, when I got here, that's all we cared about. Just let's make the playoffs. And now it's like, screw that. Let's win a Stanley Cup. So that's where I think we've grown, and that's why it hurts so much when you feel like you have an opportunity to move and reach that goal with a 2-0 lead in the series and you don't attain it. You reflect on yourself. Could I have done something better, and could I have helped this team better? And then you hope everyone's doing that, because that's how it's going to make us better going forward here, and we have to be.
How much sleep did you get last night?
Sorry.
How did this ending and how everything ended help you guys in the off season as far as motivation?
Yeah. That's exactly. I hope guys take it like that. I mean, this stings. I still haven't gotten over it. I woke up today just in a bad mood, until my kids jumped on me. But it's something that I think drives you as an athlete. When failure should be motivation, and until you reach your goal, which is a Stanley Cup, and many, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to just win one. I want to win as many as I can. So I think guys need to understand that this is how hard it was this year. It's probably going to be even harder next year. And we have to know that going into training this summer, you're going to do everything you possibly can to make sure that you put yourself in the best position possible so that we're in this spot next time. There's no doubt of did you train hard enough? Did you mentally prepare yourself hard enough? Did you do all the things necessary to be a good teammate and player for your team? And that's going to be a motivating factor for me, and I'm sure a lot of the guys.
Is it possible that sorry?
No, it's okay.
Is it possible that you guys learned more this year than you did last year?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think last year was butterflies and rainbows, and just with how our record went, and really it was a crazy fairy tale year where it went from so bad to so good. There was no real in between. It almost felt like we got the in between this year. Where we jumped so far ahead 2 years ago, and went through the grind of it this year and really found out what we were made of. And guys had to step in certain roles that they had not really played. And guys went down at the crucial times. We found a way to stay above water. And Bob played great. And Seth Jones emerges as a huge leader in our team. Pierre-Luc Dubois becomes the first-line centerman. So there's so many things, so many positive things from this year that I think we were just really excited about how we got through it and had these things come to the forefront and didn't really make anything of it. We're still out in the first round just like 2 years ago. So I think that's what stings the most is from everything that we grinded through and got through, we didn't reward ourselves enough for it. And I hope that's a motivating factor for everybody.
You don't have a decision on it, but what impact did you see Ian Cole have coming in the lineup, and then as far as helping you guys, the leadership group out?
Yeah, from a guy that I absolutely hated playing against, he really rubbed off on me in a good way when he got here. I really like him. I respect him as a player, obviously from playing against him, but from what he's brought to our team. I think just even his demeanor on the ice, it's not even so much what he says. I mean, he's obviously a guy everyone listens to because he's won 2 Stanley Cups and knows what it takes and prepares him. He's such a professional. You see him in the gym. He's harder work of anyone I've seen. And, so I respect him automatically for that. But then just the way he plays on the ice, he makes the right plays a lot and is aggressive. And you watch a guy like that because he knows what it takes to win, too. You're like, okay, well, I can learn something from that. This is obviously what winning hockey is if you play like that. And, so he's come in and done an outstanding job for us. And you hope it works out that he can be back here and that hopefully will get figured out from those guys. But yeah, we really enjoyed having him on our team, and he brought a big element to our team.
Nick, how much did you sleep last night? Because you seemed pretty upset when you left the rink. And
yeah, not much.
A series where you played so many overtimes.
Yeah. Well, you replay everything in your head. It's funny. You go home and you sit and it's actually kind of a weird thought. You start going through everything that's gone on. It's almost like a movie, a home movie of the whole events of what's gone on in the playoffs, the year. You reflect and you hate doing it. I wasn't prepared to do it. I was blabbering to you guys, I felt like last night, and really was not prepared to have a talk like we did or even right now. So yeah, you try to focus in on how it all went and where things can go better. And I'm still going to process it as the summer goes on. But I think just for me, it honestly felt like a missed opportunity, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I have to live with that myself. There's things I can do better, things I want our team to do better, and I hope guys look in the mirror as well and know that, we had a chance to win a series. We were up 2-0. We had control of it, and we let it slip away. So that's not going to sit well with us, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't sit well. If we're trying to get to where we're going, that should not sit well with us. We can't just be happy with making the playoffs and, we did well. We had 4 overtime games, and no, it's not good enough anymore. And that's how you grow as a team, and I think guys are feeling like that, so I'm really proud of that. But like I said, I want success now, and for how hard we work and the things we do throughout the season, I expect that to be the case next year.
So not 8 hours is what you're saying?
Nope, not even close.
Do you have an idea of what this summer might hold for you guys as a team? Is it uncertain to you, or does it feel fairly?
Well, there's definitely a little uncertainty. I mean, there's a lot of guys unsigned, and it's a different year for sure for our club, but I think it'll kind of set the tone for where we're headed, and that's not to put any pressure on anybody or anything. It's just the reality of sports, and this is a big off season for our team, but it's a big off season for our players that are here too. It's understanding the roles that are going to be out there, and the opportunities that are going to be there, and everyone needs to grab a hold of it. Whereas this year we kind of fumbled with it a little bit, and guys had to step up at right, and guys did. We came through in the clutch when we needed to, but let's make it a little easier on ourselves by making sure we grab a hold of it right from the get-go and doing everything we can this summer to prepare ourselves in the minds and in the body to come out flying next year, and have to. And this team is destined for great things. I know that. It's just a matter of knowing it and doing it, and right now we got to start doing it.
Medical issues? Anything to take care of?
No, there's always bumps and bruises, but yeah, just things that you're nicked up throughout the year, and but nothing major. No.
You mentioned
nicked up.
Yeah, I use that. You can use that.
That was well done.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
mentioned PL.
His question is nicked up, mine was nick at night.
Right. You mentioned PL a little while ago. How the growth curve there this year? I mean, just how much did he grow as a player, do you think, and as a person this year? I mean, you spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's a guy that I think he came into a real good situation. I thought the team handled his situation really well. They didn't overburden him and allowed him to kind of get his feet wet first before they threw him into a center position. You kind of saw it where, we pulled minutes back from him at the start, let him just kind of understand the league a little bit. And I think that gave him the confidence then to, okay, I can do this, and you saw it. It was almost like instant, right? When he got on that line and was able to play with those guys, they just had instant chemistry, and he started to really gain confidence from there. And then you just saw the aftermath of that as the year went on, where he just got better and better. And we're excited about what's ahead for him. He has to understand it gets harder. It doesn't get easier. One season it doesn't make anybody, but he has the abilities and the mindset, I think, and that's what I respect about him, that he knows that. He knows that it's going to take more work ethic. He's a pretty bright kid and a guy that cares a lot. So it's been fun to teach him some things and learn from him as well, and and realize how much he can mean to this organization.
Panera was saying that he thinks he could be an NHL star.
Yeah,
but he's got to keep working.
100%. 100%.
Agree with that?
I do.
Be a
I actually
star
do.
player.
Yeah, I do. I think he's already shown a little bit of that. He has the ability to score big goals, to make big plays at big moments, and that's what stars do. So, I have no doubt. That's not to put pressure on him either. That's just his abilities, and he's got to go out and work on that and make sure that happens for this team. That's how we're going to move forward as an organization too, with guys like him, reaching their potential, and other guys in this organization that already have that continue to follow. And it's a good mix of players in here. If you look at the way we're built, I mean, we have some really incredible talent in that room that we probably haven't had in a long time, and we have to make sure we don't waste it.